Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. I'm doing a bonus video for Capricorn for April because Capricorn gave me 50 views in the first day, and that's never happened on my channel before. Um, I'm still doing the baby steps, so I went on and I was looking at some stuff in my channel and I was like, "Oh my God. Like, thank you." Um so this is just kind of by the seat of my pants, and the only reason I'm not going live is because my energy is kind of and I I didn't want to deplete myself by being live again, but it's just sort of a off the cuff kind of a thing. I think it's probably going to be somebody's making noise down the hall. It's probably going to be like a bonus love reading because I don't generally do love readings, so that unless I feel compelled to do a collective relationship or twin flame. So we're going to be tapping into some romantic energies specifically for Capricorn, and I think that's it. I did want to point out, part of the reason I'm doing this into the webcam, I'm sort of, I don't know why I'm like scared to go live, but part of the reason I'm on my webcam is because my art table back there is covered with projects. I got some more craft foam yesterday so I can make some more lotus flowers for my Etsy shop. And I got these single sheets, because I need more white because I use it for the centers of every color flower that I make, right? So I got single sheet. These dumb assholes have these like little clear plastic things that they use to hold like dolls and tags to fabric. These dumb assholes put holes in this sheet. This whole section cannot be used because it's got holes in it now. I'm like, really? What the hell, man? I mean, I only paid like 48 cents for it, but like now I have to cut my pattern around those stupid holes that are in the sheet. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I was like, if I spend money on something, I should be able to use a whole goddamn sheet of foam. Um, I'm also, I got yesterday a couple of new e.l.f. makeup products, and I got this, coffee colored eyeliner pen, and I put some on just now. It's kind of sloppy, but I really like it. It's like a really, really, really dark, dark, dark brown. It's kind of like this color, like of the label. Kind of that color. The ink eyeliner, not so much. It's kind of watery. It's like that shitty Almay stuff that I just threw out. And the mascara is good too. I like that. So I got that yesterday. I think that's it. You can see back there, if you've been seeing my dolls in my videos, this one's got red on now. That's a fabric that I'm going to be making into something else. It's actually a t-shirt, but I got it as yardage for her outfit that I'm going to be making. Alright, so for this Capricorn, for my fellow Capricorns, I'm using the Lover's Oracle. I'm also itchy in my neck. I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot. I'm also thirsty. Damn, my hair looks good today. And I'm using my bucket of charms here. Oh, there we go. Charms. I've been thinking about how to make these salable. I want to make them... I did already shuffle everything and clear it and all that. I want to make my charms salable, and I want that to like make little like charms out of them that are like bas relief. And I was looking at some air dry clay in the store yesterday. I haven't been to Walmart in like a year and a half because of global situation. I just dropped cards everywhere. Squeeze me for a second. I gotta get down. Another one? No. I think I just pulled something. Let's see if my hair still looks good after that. Okay, so I've got some cards to start with here that escaped onto the floor. I am in the process of redoing my advertisement slides too. There won't be any in the beginning of this video because I'm just going to slap it up there, but it's taking a while. I'm wearing one of the shirts from my cafe press today though. It's a geomancy design. The dryer at the laundromat ate one of my strings. I haven't made new slides for geomancy yet though, but I did for 3 of the things so far. I'm working on another one. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're looking into a love relationship, romantic relationship, an intriguing, brain-tingling connection with somebody else, an association with another person wherein your sacral chakra is like, hey, what's up? What's happening? Okay. Sorry, I'm all chunky. I'm not breathing right. The Knight of Swords inverted. The Son of Swords. This is an owl. Here is like a charged attack. Here it's like it reminds me of eagles falling out of the sky. It was weird because I was thinking yesterday or the day before. This thing where eagles supposedly mate spiraling out of the sky. This one is he's by himself. The Knight of Swords inverted. When a knight is inverted, it does tell me the Hanged Man. This is like you hung up on me. Right? We don't do that anymore on the phone, but it's sort of like you blocked me, you lost me, you're not answering my calls, you cut me off. Ghosted. It's when I do see a knight inverted, it does tell me the Hanged Man. It's Neptunian energy, possibly to do with the subconscious, but I'm hearing more dreams, like really deep REM sleep. Ten of Swords. So far, all swords. This could be because Saturn is in Aquarius right now. Capricorn getting a lot of air energy. Apparently, Pluto and Capricorn also controlling part of these aspects. Pluto is scorpionic energy, fellow water sign. With Neptune, which rules Pisces. So this Ten of Swords some sort of buffalo or bison on it, which is weird because I saw a video on Twitter of not really a stampede, but a herd of buffalo haul ass and down a road with a couple of cars on it a couple hours ago. So we have a 10, which is a completion, but it's also that stick a fork in me, I'm done energy. Is that? I think it's the sun in Gemini. Let me check. Yeah, it's the sun in Gemini. Okay. So we have the Mother of Wands. So it's looking like the feminine energy is in the Queen of Wands space. Now, I did mention sacral energy. This is kind of like a red and yellow combining to make orange on here. I do see this nest. This is sort of Easter vibes here. I just heard part of Money by Pink Floyd. Keep your hands off of my stack. Which is interesting because in my music deck that's on vacation right now because I'm working on it, Money is the King of Pentacles, but it's showing up as a background with the Queen of Wands, and she is, of course, Pisces and Aries energy. So she's in this sort of dream state too. It's like I'm protecting my nest egg. Like, don't come at me. This, which might actually be more of a subconscious fear. Like, I'm afraid to rock my boat. Like, danger posted, like, beware of dog kind of energy. And then we have Judgment. Now, if these two cards are going together, then this Judgment is coming in with the Queen of Wands. So I have a 12 here and a 10, and then I have a 13 and the 20. Judgment is a kind of completion, but it's also wisdom. Completion, release, I finished this chapter. And it kind of looks like the feminine energy in the relationship has sort of completed the assignment. But it's not to say that the masculine is doing something wrong here, because March was entirely about redoing, reworking, editing, designing, leveling up feminine energy, and it's only the 2nd of April as I'm recording this, so the masculine is like barely getting started, and you know, instructions unclear, dick cotton toaster, right? This is like sword training day. This is like talk to me goose, Top Gun kind of energy, and this is I I hit myself in the nuts with the nunchucks. Right? It's like, did I throw the knife right? I cut my hand. It's like I'm having trouble with having clear thoughts. My perspective is stabbing me in the face. And it's weird because I see this sword through the eyeballs here. No, I'm still doing it in the wrong direction. I'm really bad at mirroring. Okay, so I go towards my finger. I'm still not doing it right. You see this one right through the eyeballs. This and this one kind of look similar, but the eyeball sword and this wand here look like the same thing. Now what's interesting is that if this is the feminine energy, and I see this sword, this projectile here, the switch, like a switch, coming through the eggs and its sacral energy, it does make me think of the reproductive cycle of like the ovary with the eggs in it. Now, this is giving me a little bit of like release the Kraken energy, like a bunch of bats coming out of the cave all at once. Now, I'm a Capricorn, but I have other energies going on. I have a lot of fire in my chart. I actually have more planets in fire than I do in Capricorn, even though I still have a stellium. But the what's interesting is not just for me personally, but because of what's on this card. Okay. I've had some problems with my reproductive organs. Right? I mean, to start with, I have PCOS. But starting last summer for about 6 months, absolutely nothing. And then in February, at the end of February, I had the worst cycle I've ever had in my entire life. Like, in and out of the bathroom every, like, few minutes, throwing up, no sleep, like, not enough absorption in the world. And it was, like, the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I just had another cycle after that, and I was like, I really hope this isn't going to be the same thing, because it was worse than normal. But this is like my body's trying to recover. Now, I know every feminine energy out there isn't going to have ovaries and eggs, and not every feminine energy has their period. You know, there's like not every woman has a uterus. Not every man has the testicles and the penis and all that. But there's an energy pattern here that is saying the reproductive cycle in some way. There's a completion, there's a clearing, there's a chapter that's being finished, there's an energy restoration. Some of this doesn't necessarily make sense on a physical plane, even though I was just relating something, because a feminine person, no matter what your physical body is, a feminine energy person, you still have a masculine side to your inner child, you still have a masculine side to your general self, you still have a masculine side to your ego. You still have, I think that's it, there's only 3, because your higher self is unified. But the masculine energy person, again, regardless of what your physical body is doing, still has feminine half of their ego, feminine half of the inner child, feminine half of their personality as is, right? Your avatar. But when you're dealing with a relationship at any given point, either this week, next week, for the next 3 hours, while you're watching this video, if you're in an emotionally / romantic / sexual connection with somebody's going to be more masculine at some particular point in time, like right now when you're watching this, and someone's going to be more feminine. Now, what's interesting when you talk about the sex organs, right? We're talking about healing of reproductive energy. It actually, I just want to make sure I didn't freeze, because it screws up my voice in the video, and sometimes it stops altogether. it's giving me more like past life resolution, right? It's like, oh, who sings that song? Is it? It's like either Carly Simon or Carol King or Kane or something. Carol King. Something inside has died, and I just something, and I'm just trying to make it. Um, and what's interesting is that the 13 is the number of death, right? There's something that's transitioned. There's a level up. There's an energy. It's like this engine is dead. No, it just needs a little oil. You gotta get some rust out of it. Put some WD-40 in it. See if it'll turn over. You know, and in some cases, it has to do with an energetic block, an energetic release, right? Like, why was my whole system frozen up for 6 months? Probably because there was something I wasn't releasing from my sacral chakra. And at some point, I realized that and was like, shit, now what do I need to do to clean out my sacral chakra? And that's what's has happened with this feminine energy. And why is it clearing out for me? Because I got astro slammed, bookended in March, which was number 3 feminine energy all month long. But this, we're looking at this masculine energy here. And this is going to eventually get to relationship, but we're looking at the separate sides. This is what fell on the floor. Right? It's like, let's just like dump it all out. Put it on the floor so you can get over it. Right? Where it's like you can't you don't get to juggle the stuff anymore. You got too many boxes piled up. It's all awkward and you're just clumsy and it's like, oh, and then suddenly like the secret's out. It's like in Whose Line Is It Anyway? They have this box of props and it's usually Colin and Ryan and they have to come up with like what the secret is in the scene. And in the show, most of the time they tell them what the secret's going to be, but it used to be they would open it up and based on the props they'd have to like invent what the secret is. But it's just sort of like, you know, the cat's out of the bag. But here it's like training getting off on the wrong foot. It's not necessarily I used to hold everything inside. This is actually more like I can't focus. It's like I'm not even all the way in my body. I'm trying to do physical activity and I'm just like asleep. I'm like dizzy. You know, like if you ever wake up after you've had heavy dreaming and you feel like your body's made out of bricks. It's it's like I think in the lyric, I think it's Huey Lewis in the News. I want a new drug, and it's like it makes you feel 3 feet thick. I think I've heard that song once or twice, but usually I hear Weird Al's I Want a New Duck. Okay, apparently everything that I need is just going to be chucking out onto the floor. So there's the bird from the Judgment. This, to me, does not say the moon right now. It says is it the soul chakra, that one that floats a foot above your head? That's what that is. It's like I'm connecting to my higher self. This is like I'm trying to get up there, but I got caught in the rope. Like swords is air. It's like I can't quite get altitude. But this is like indigo energy. It's like the third eye, but it's also this taking the elevator up to that soul chakra. There's a little bit of crown energy, but it's giving me more indigo, like right here, right? Because when you're dreaming, you get sucked out, and it's all third eye action, that subconscious thing. And what's more to the point, too, the third eye, right? We don't need those other two. It's like being blindfolded. And what's interesting is that this, because it's in profile, there's only one eye visible on this owl. Oh, my shoulder fucking hurts. Okay. Oh, he was upside down. Okay. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Right? It's like, what does any of this have to do with a relationship? Okay. All right. Feminine energy, High Priestess. She's over here, like, kicked in the third eye, but it's like, radio tower's not receiving anything, so I'm just gonna hunker down and protect what I've got going on. I just finished polishing this chakra. It's like I'm not leaving my hidey hole yet. This masculine energy, I haven't used my third eye in a long time. I don't understand. I haven't. It's hard. It hurts. What's going on? Right? It's like first time getting the cobwebs out of the engine. Everything that's coming out is smoke. I don't want to use my third eye. All I'm getting is past pain, and I don't want to relive it. But here, through that turmoil, let me get another one of these. Okay. This is what's on the top of the deck right now, Twin Flames. But I'm going to shuffle out a card. I didn't get any charms yet either. I'm not sure how helpful this is going to be. I had no idea what I was going to say when I started. So, look at there. I also have no idea how long this is supposed to be. I think it's longer than the monthly thing anyway. Alright. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Now, what's interesting is that this looks like the feminine energy, but there's a third eye opening, and there's a transformative energy here. It looks kind of watery and emotional. We've got pink here, which could be the heart chakra. I think this is a little bit of masculine energy being afraid to come from the heart center. You can't mental gymnastics your way through intuition, right? When you have the third eye, you have to sort of let it come in through feeling. Part of what's going on in the heart chakra isn't emotion, it's psychic ability. It starts in the heart and then kind of bubbles up. This is the receiver, this is the message decoder down here. And if you look at every message and be like, ooh, what are these ones and zeros? It kind of separates you from the pattern. You can't decode it if the message comes in and you're like, what's the message? Nope, don't like it. Put it in the file it under CS. There's like an over analyzing. It's not just like sitting with the information and letting it kind of congeal into reality. But let's look at some charms to kind of hopefully wrap up the message. I'm not going to shake these out of the box because they'll end up in the garbage and the grossest stuff possible. Okay. Oh. I had one stick to my finger and it fell in my water. I have to leave that somewhere to dry now. This is why I need to make these like little epoxy three-dimensional things, so if they fall in the water, they're not going to be ruined. I'm going to have to print that one out again. The eyeball. So as if it weren't any clearer, the third eye falls into the water. That's exactly what I was just talking about. Come on. I found this humorous. Bone of contention. The Zeusophone. Essentially Tesla coils. This has to do with energetic connection. Look at this. Psychic, energetic connection between the two people involved. Hopefully just the two people. We have shower slash bath, right? There's that water energy again. The heart chakra. Here's the new duck. Fancy duck. Come on. Crystal ball. Again, psychic energy. Stop sign. I just heard stop in the name of love. Stop sign. Stop, drop, and roll. I have the star here. Aquarian energy. 17 reducing to 8. This is alignment, right? The stars are aligning, trying to get into alignment. In reverse, I have this pig. Now the pig sniffs for truffles, right? They're mushrooms, extremely valuable in culinary circles. But inverted. It's like I can't quite sniff it out. Inverted, the trowel. This is one of my ace of swords, right? Because it's a spade. There's also, it's like there's a lack of depth, but it's like I can't find the truffles. I can't dig for them either. Really weird. Or the squirrel. Again, digging for the stash of nuts. I can't find it. I can't find my stash. Waste paper basket. Of the hand with a ring on it, inverted. The icosahedron, which I believe is also water but was inverted. So what do these mean? I'm still mad that my eyeball got wet. It's like a wet eyeball is like crying. Like I'm sad. Think it over. It's the bone. Strip. Something's being stripped. Stripped. To align the grid. Okay. So if these two towers aren't aligned in a certain way, the message isn't going to be received, right? If you're talking to somebody, you're on walkie-talkies, but you're on different channels, you're not going to get the message. The alignment of the star has to do with being able to be on the same channel. What's being stripped, right? It's stripped down to the bone, the bare bones. Bone of contention is this: there's too much static. There's too much snow in the snow globe, even though that's a crystal ball. Sparkle. What is this stop sign? Stop, think it over. Okay. But it's interesting because these cards indicate an overthinking. But all these inverted charms. I'm just trying to figure out what these things have to do with each other. Another man's trash. One man's trash is another man's treasure. It's giving me this idea that oftentimes an oak tree will pop up because the squirrel forgot where its nuts had gotten put. You know, it's like, I've forgotten about it. I couldn't find it. I forgot about it. I don't remember where I put it. You know, it's like, how much deeper do we have to dig? How many different locations do we have to check? It's giving me this sort of like Oak Island vibe where they're just like not really sure where they're going and they have to keep digging different areas and looking for clues and stuff. What does this mean though? I want clarity on these charms. I'm going to get a couple more cards out of here. It's supposed to be a love reading and it doesn't really make any sense. Okay. For these upright charms, the Father of Cups inverted and the Son of Cups upright. King of Cups, Knight of Cups. This is like, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing, but I'm on a mission. How do I do emotions? I don't get it. I'm out of balance. My horse has a limp, but I'm still gotta get there. I am trying to, it's like, I've got to get a message to you. It's the Bee Gees. But I'm emotionally ineloquent. It's like it's like, it's like an outburst, and then like this idea of like, I'm gonna have to stop and like realign myself a little bit. Either I've said something and I gotta backtrack and make sure you understand what I mean, or I'm biting my tongue right now because I can't get this message correctly. It's like I can't come correct right now because I'm still out of balance. But I've got this message that's burning a hole in my pocket. Okay, so let me see what this card is for these inverted charms. Of course, it's the Eight of Swords. The I want to break free. This butterfly is still kind of gooey. There's a transformation, right? These are all the butterflies. Masculine energy, he's got butterflies in his stomach. He's also got knives in his stomach. It's like, I'm excited, I'm happy, ooh, but also, ugh, like, I don't know, fuck. But what's interesting is, like, something not by force, but by an opening. The sword of truth, the releasing of the connection, the psychic intuition, the ability to communicate, the alignment comes from breaking down the frustration and the overthinking and coming into letting it unfurl. Like, be yourself. Like, like, turn into your higher self, kind of, right? The butterfly, it's like, oh, I'm emotional, but I'm overthinking it, and I don't know what to do, and I can't get the downloads because I'm like contradicting them, and I'm going back and forth, and I'm over here, which is actually a very Aquarian thing to do, to constantly talk yourself out of shit. That's a star energy as well. And again, Saturn in Capricorn, so I mean, not Saturn. Saturn is in Aquarius. Saturn rules Capricorn, which might be why we have the overthinking that can come from Aquarian energy. But also this idea of gaining a new perspective, collective consciousness, ding ding, I'm having a hard time figuring it out. But this is something that the masculine energy is doing because it's happening over here with all these swords, but it's like me being out of balance emotionally. This isn't even my final form. Like, it's like king me, I'm leveling up. Monarch butterfly. So it's sort of like a stasis, right? I had to go within. I had to get all gooey and emotional to stop contradicting downloads, basically, to stop letting my ego talk me out of a good deal, kind of, and be able to come out. So this is Eight of Swords. It's the second right now. Something might be happening on April 8th. And if not, then it doesn't have to be a specific day. It's whenever the energies come in. But again, this, like, I want to break free. But there's also an aspect of alignment, of letting universal timing come to fruition. And in this part, the feminine energy, you don't have to be defensive against a butterfly. You know, and also a coil, right? The energy is coiled. And here's this release here as well. So the feminine energy is still going through a transformation, but it's more subtle. It's like the sacral energy continues to regenerate, to heal from past life traumas. And then again, the masculine energy, all that emotional stuff. And what's happening is that this is pulling the Capricorn together with their person. Now, this, you might be experiencing a little bit of both of these because everybody has both energies. But again, whether you're the feminine and you're wondering what's going on with a masculine that doesn't seem to be communicating in any understandable way, or whether you're the masculine and you're trying to hold this message out and it's like crumbling and bursting into flames in your hands. It's a matter of sort of alignment with self and the universe, and allowing this energy to come. I'm getting that song Western Union. Who does that? I might have it on my computer. Western Union. Oh, I do have it on my computer. Who does that? The Searchers. Okay, I didn't remember that. So, and I think because of this Neptunian energy, there's probably dream communication, also based on personal experience. But it's like there's no physical cards here. There's no the only. It's like the only three-dimensional energy is Capricorn itself. Everything else is like ethereal, right? The butterfly hasn't come out yet. We don't know what's going on in there. There could be like the tiniest Monopoly game ever happening in here. There could be a burlesque review. There could be Thoth writing the Emerald Tablets. We have no idea. There could be I Love Lucy episodes in there. We have no idea what's going on in that chrysalis until it materializes into the real world, right? It's like when we're sitting in our house here, we sort of presume that the world outside it exists, but until we step outside the door, we have no idea. It's like in Beetlejuice, which is the song that I know best from a Zeusophone video. When they step outside the door, they're like on Saturn. They expect to open the door and be outside in like Winter River, Connecticut, and all of a sudden they got sand up their crack and they got a sandworm on them. So it's like you have no idea what's going on in here until it congeals into the physical world, until it pops open and it's like ta-da! So there's a lot that's actually happening on really subtle energetic levels. So this has gotten quite long. I'm hoping none of the video got scrambled because my webcam is crapnificent. And yeah, so check out all my things. If you want to get a personal reading, you can hit me up. Everything's going to be in the description box underneath here. If you'd like to donate, that's PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. If you'd like stuff for money, I've got coloring books and merch and prints and actual art items. There's a coupon code there. Donations of portions of certain things to charity. Check out all that stuff. Linktree. All that's below. I think that's it. Oh, there's probably not people watching this, but I have a Lamely photographer doll in a Lamely New York fashion. I'm going to be putting her on eBay, so look out for that in the next several days if you want it. I tried. I really like her, and she just doesn't fit the energy of any of my sub-collections, and I'm not going to keep her where she isn't going to be radiating, so she's got to find a new home, and I'm going to sell her, so look for that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, check out my playlists tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.